Hi, this is Trepacer, and this is going to be I guess, a video response. Well, I don't know, YouTube doesn't do video responses, but my video response, because I got tagged in a video that Falagar517, great fellow YouTuber, and I'll leave a link to his channel somewhere right here, so you can check him out. He's a really great YouTuber. He does unboxing reviews. He did a great Sherlock Holmes review. Like he bought the box set and did a review of like every movie in there, which is great. So you should check out his channel for that. Anyway, he does unboxings and stuff and movie reviews. Anyway, he tagged me in his video. This is a Halloween tag. He got tagged by FilmGameJunkies. Okay, he's another great fellow YouTuber who's made great videos, and I'm going to leave a link to his channel somewhere right here, so you can check out FilmGameJunkies. It's Chris and his wife, whose name I forget at the moment. But anyway, he asked 6 questions, and Falagar517 added an additional question, and I think I'm going to add a question to mine. But let me answer this 7 questions, I guess. Okay, FilmGameJunkies originally had 6, and then Falagar517 added 1, so I'm going to add my 1 at the end. But anyway, which movies will you be watching this Halloween? Normally, like I said, Halloween is during the week this year. And normally, because it's hard for me to watch movies depending on what time I get home, because sometimes my work hours kind of fluctuate. But what I'm planning to watch this year is, hold on for a minute. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Now, this movie is a childhood favorite of mine. There's the back. It's the DVD, and I know this is on Blu-ray, which I gotta get. It's on Blu-ray now. Anyway, this is a childhood favorite of mine. I absolutely love it. It used to come on Channel 11 in New York, like on Sundays, and because they used to show Abbott and Costello movies, like just before the baseball games. And I used to always, this was my absolute favorite one. I used to always hope for this one, and I think Abbott and Costello Meet Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Anyway, because I was a big monster fan, so I'm gonna probably watch this one, give this a good watch, because I absolutely love this one. It has all the monsters in it, Frankenstein, Dracula, and the monster. So I'll watch this for Halloween. That's what I can fit in before I have to go to sleep. Excuse me. The second question is Halloween childhood memories. Okay, well, one of my memories, like I said, me and my brothers, my 2 younger brothers primarily, we used to hang out with a certain set of friends, and we used to always play baseball together, basketball, football, whatever season it, depending on. And I remember us hanging out. We used to just hang out, and we get one of these. We go to the drugstore and buy one of those cheap plastic masks, because we couldn't afford any elaborate costumes, so we just buy one of those cheap plastic masks that you put over and had the string tied in the back, and we go from store to store, with the bags, and and the people in the stores, give you what they had, whatever candy you could get. And of course, then we had to avoid the older kids, because the older kids in our neighborhood used to egg, if you past a certain point, they used to try to egg you, so we used to have to try to avoid, the older kids, so, not get egged. Okay, so I had a lot of memories of that, which was fun, hanging out with, with friends and stuff, and getting candy and stuff, and splitting it up. What's the best costume you ever wore for Halloween? I had to think long and hard about that, because I'm thinking, I don't really remember. Like I said, I think the most, but I'm going to actually change this around. I think the best costume I'd ever had, period, was actually, we did a play in school for Halloween, and I got cast, believe it or not, as Frankenstein's monster. Okay, and I had one of those, fake Frankenstein masks, and it got me a vest, so I had a vest, and this girl had these platform shoes that were like this thick, I think that they wore back in the 70s, and I got to wear those and stammer around like Frankenstein. I wish I had a picture of that, because I was, Frankenstein, and I even got to do dance a little bit, and I even had the bride with me and stuff, and there's a play, we did a play, and I think we performed it like 3 or 4 times for the school, and I think that was probably the best costume that I ever had, with those crazy platform shoes and the Frankenstein mask, and I had the vest, I remember that, and I had to walk around all stiff like, like Bela Lugosi. monster like that. So I think that was probably the best costume I had as a kid. Okay, what's the weirdest thing I ever got for Halloween? Probably, I forgot what this candy is called. It's a candy that's so nasty. I'm trying to think. It was a certain type of candy, and actually now that I think about it, I think this candy was probably cough drops. Because at the end of the day, you split all the candy and stuff, and for the most part, you look at it around and you eat it for the most. But I think that was just, and I think now that I think about it, it came in a white wrappers like cough drops. I think that's probably the weirdest thing that I ever got for Halloween. From people giving us candy. Okay, how do I spend Halloween? Normally, like I said, I spend Halloween now that I'm adult. Primarily inside the house. Like I said, in my neighborhood where I live now, the parents take their kids out early before it gets too dark to trick or treat. And usually, what I do is I buy candy, and because I'm usually at work, I give it to my stepfather who's home, and I tell him if somebody knocks on the door, you can give out candy and stuff. So do that. Like I said, for the most part, I stay in and watch TV, and like I said, unless you get invited to a party or something. Okay. And number 6, who would you invite if you could invite 6 Halloween characters or actors to a party, and why? That's good. I'm gonna try to do a mix. Okay. Like I said, I think FilmGameJunkies said this one. Tony Todd. I would like to. Tony Todd. Tony Todd is I love his Candyman, so I would love to be able to talk to him. That would be great. Robert Englund, who played Freddy, okay, and how he came up with that, with that voice and stuff. That would be great. And who else? I'm trying to think. There's two, right? John Carpenter. Yeah, I would love to talk to John Carpenter and how he came up with those, the Halloween story and the fog and all that other stuff. It would be great to talk to him. Wes Craven, I think, who is another genius. I think. I know people, don't give him a lot of credit, but I like Wes Craven. I like his movies, especially his early movies. I think he was really great. And I always read his biography where he was talking about, how I think he wanted to be a teacher and stuff, and then he got into filmmaking. So that's 4. Okay, who else? Oh yeah, okay. Lon Chaney Jr., somebody that's dead. So this is if I could invite somebody, which I'm going to say Lon Chaney Jr., who's my absolute favorite one of my favorite horror actors ever. His Wolfman is iconic. So I would love to talk to him when he was still young, I guess, and and ask him questions about the Wolfman makeup and all that stuff, and the Frankenstein monster makeup that he wore, and he played Dracula also, and he also played the Mummy too, and a couple of movies too. So I would love to talk to Lon Chaney Jr. That would be great, fantastic. And also Boris Karloff. Yeah, Boris Karloff, who played the monster, of course, and all these other iconic characters and stuff. So I would love to talk, just pick his brain and stuff about what scares him actually. Okay, so I think that's 5, right? Okay, and then one more. Okay, 6 would be Peter Cushing. Okay, I was gonna say Christopher Lee, but Christopher Lee's still alive, so I can. But I'll say Peter Cushing. Okay, I loved his. He's just a consummate actor, and loved all his Hammer horror flicks and stuff. And I just loved to talk to him, about working with Christopher Lee and making those movies and what the experience was like and stuff. So that's my 6. Okay. Okay, and then your 7th question that you came up with, Falagar517, is if you had the choice, 2 choices, you could either be like Helen Keller, be deaf, blind, and you can't speak, I guess, which is Helen Keller. That's Helen Keller, right? Or would you rather be like in the movie Gravity, floating in space, for the rest of your life, and you have an endless supply of oxygen and food, so that way you don't suffocate or you don't starve to death, but you just float on and float on for the rest of your life. I thought about that. Jesus. To be blind, deaf, and can't speak. Or just to float on and float on for the rest of your life. That is tough, and that's a good question. Jesus, that's tough. Originally I was going to say the floating in space one, but that has to be lonely after a while. You got to be lonely as anything. I have to say Helen Keller. I'll take the Helen Keller option because just because Helen Keller, at least like I said, she got to experience life and she got to interact with people, even if she couldn't speak and she, she could communicate. So she had that interaction. And floating off in space by yourself, you probably go insane. If you got to keep going on and on, you probably go insane. At least with Helen Keller, she had she could communicate with people and stuff, and have that interaction. And I actually love that very last scene in the Miracle Worker where Helen Keller comes out and she finds, I forgot the lady's name that taught her, Anne. I forgot the lady, but anyway, she comes out and she searches for her, and she sits on her lap and she feels her face, and then she just kisses her and then hugs her, because after all that struggle that they went through with her trying to teach her and stuff, and her finally getting it, she really came to love teacher, which I can't remember her name, the lady that taught Anne, Helen Keller. Damn, I can't remember her name. But anyway, she came to love her. So that would be the best part of that. Well, that would be, at least that way you got the interaction. So Helen Keller would be it. Now, number 8, which is my question in this Halloween tag, would be, you have a choice for Halloween that you're going to permanently be this person. Would you be a vampire, a werewolf, or the Frankenstein monster? Okay, you have to pick one of those. Okay, you're gonna be permanently the person. Like I said, some magic fairy is gonna come along and go, I'm gonna make you a vampire, I'm gonna make you a Frankenstein monster, I'm gonna make you a werewolf. Which one would you pick? Okay, and you got to pick one of them. Okay, and you're gonna be that thing. Okay, no, not pretend. You would be that thing for real. So which thing would you pick? So I'll answer my own question. I'll pick the Frankenstein monster. I'll tell you why. Why I don't want to be a werewolf, because then you'd be a monster and you'd basically be killing people and be living with that torment of waiting for the full moon and changing. Okay, and being a vampire, you'd be biting people and need blood to live. And at least with the Frankenstein monster, you're mortal basically, and you have the strength of 100 men. Okay, you cannot die, you cannot be destroyed. Okay, so at least that way, So Frankenstein monster. Okay. And you can probably live a normal life for the most part. You just stay hidden a little bit so people wouldn't freak out at you. Okay, now, to tag somebody for this video, who should I pick? Who should I pick for this tag? Okay, well, anybody. I'll pick anybody can tag. Well, anybody who watches the video, I'll tag you. But I'm going to pick, let's see, should I pick, Who to pick? I'm going to put Rossi Boy. Yeah, Rossi Boy, yeah. I'm going to pick a Rossi Boy 19. Okay? I'm going to pick you specifically, Rossi Boy 19. Okay, who's a great member of the Horoscope 101 channel. I'm going to pick you, Rossi Boy, first. So you've been tagged. And then anybody else who wants to answer this can answer it. Okay? So this is Trepacer for my Halloween tag. Let me know what you think. Feel free to leave your questions down. What you think of this video down below. And this is Trepacer saying so long and take care.